You know what I saw the other day? I was doing carts, putzing around out in front of the supermarket in Blairstown. And I don't know, I'm heading off to go get some carts from one of the holding pens. And all of a sudden, I look up in the sky across the highway, across beyond the stores there, or the buildings that are beyond us, and out into I'd say maybe a half mile away from the store, maybe a mile, there's an airport. And I'm looking, and a plane is taking off. And you don't always see a plane taking off. I see them now and then. And whenever I do, I like to just look. And it was a single engine, maybe a Cessna, something like that. Wings on top, yeah. But behind it, in close pursuit, was another airplane. And right away, I knew what it was. It was a doggone sailplane. Yeah, you say glider, right, Doc? No, sailplane. It's a sailplane and a glider is two different things. Oh yeah. And they have a sailplane port at the again in Blairstown. There's a group there. In fact, I've spoken with them, but very seldom do I get the good fortune to see a sailplane being towed up into the sky. Well, they don't have engines. You say, right, let me off right now, Doc, please. I don't want to go any further. No, they're safe enough. What they do is a regular airplane, usually a single engine plane, again a Cessna or something, will bring them up to a certain level. I don't know the exact height where they go to, but they tow the sailplane up, and then at a signal from the sailplane pilot, a lever is pulled inside the sailplane, and the rope or the whatever was attached to the tugging plane falls off the glider, off the sailplane. Sorry, not a glider, the sailplane. And the sailplane is now on its own. You say, good, that's when I die of a heart attack. Yeah, a lot of people, that's how they look at it. But no, those planes do very well. They don't have an engine, but they got these big, long wings. And those wings are very sensitive to updrafts and such. And what they do is they find an area where there's hot air going up. Because all the time in the atmosphere, there's air going up, air coming down. Well, you find the air that's going up, and you ride inside the column. You just bank it, and around you go. And as you go, you're going up instead of down, which is exactly how it's supposed to be. And you go up long enough on this, it's almost like you're riding on a bed spring, in a way, only it's air going up, hot air. Make sure it's hot air. Cold air, you're going to be going down. Okay. You want to go up, 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 and ride that circle. The plane will be on its side just about, not quite. And you're kind of looking out the side window at the ground, but if you also look at the altimeter, you is slowly but surely ascending. And you go up to maybe a mile high, and you break out of that column. Keep your eyes peeled where you might find other columns, and you're free to sail around. Now you are going to slowly drop, but the sailplanes are set to stay very buoyant. They don't drop like a rock. At least that's the plan. Okay. And they just go down and down. Now if they lost a wing or something, all bets are off. But they just keep going slowly down. And if you want, you can find another thermal area of hot air going up. You get into that, and up you go again, out of the thermal, and you ride to the next. And then you go down far enough, find another thermal. I imagine there's a point where if for some reason you can't find another thermal, then you've got to get yourself back to the airport and make a landing. And I think sailplanes have one wheel up front. Other than that, I think they land with the wheel, hopefully, and the wheel rolls, and they eventually slow down. I think there's a lesser wheel on the back that will um, put them in the right position for just coasting. Then someone comes out, gets them off the runway, and bingo. Yeah, and you can do it again if you want. After you're through getting out of the vehicle, out of the cockpit, and kissing the ground, you you can try it again. I don't know what it costs. I don't imagine it's cheap. Might be 100 or so, maybe more. But it's really cool to be up there and everything's so silent. What I dig is when a bird comes around and looks at you, like, "Hey, what are you doing up here? You're a pretty big bird. You can the bird with the feathers on saying, I'm the big bird in this neck of the woods. You better get out of here, pal. I got friends, you know." And meanwhile, the sailplane's just going around. Hey, I can see the eagle looking. Say, "Oh, you ate two people. Good, good. Yeah, I've never tried people." Yeah, two people in the cockpit. Uh, but it is, from what I gather, it's the little bit I've done it. It is fun, and I highly recommend it. If you got the money to go for a sailplane ride, you'll have lots of stories to tell your grandchildren. That's for sure. And like I said, they're pretty darn safe. I guess there's been accidents, but they're they're pretty rare. And the speed is not supersonic, trust me. Okay, so you might want to give it a whirl. Most sailplane pilots I've run into are kind of like my father. They'll try anything. Yeah, you might want to keep that in mind too. I think my father. I'm not sure if he took mom up in the plane once. He may have snuck her into the plane and took her for a ride. I think there. Yeah, I think she wasn't too happy about the flight. Mom was never big on looking out the window of an airplane. Closing her eyes and going like that was more her style. My father, though, total opposite. In any case, I thought I'd say. Eh, it's up near Blairstown. You go to the airport and they do have from what I understand, they have like a bungalow or something where you can go sign up to get a ride. As near as I know, you might want to call ahead of time. It would be the glider port up at again in Blairstown, New Jersey. Okay, I don't have a phone number. I don't know what I can tell you, but I wouldn't want to give you the wrong number. But I'll catch you later. You might want to give that a thought. If you got someone in your family who's into airplanes, it would be a great Christmas gift or birthday present. I know that. I'll see you later. God bless.